recording has started. Thank you for joining me. I am in the Here Lies the Abyss. In the Fade, as you can see. Anybody gets the blanket, it's Zelda. Right? Because Angel keeps crawling out of it and screwing with me. Making me move the computer. There you go, Zelda. You want the blanket? Puppy. Okay, yeah, I don't need the keyboard. All I need screenshots is what I need. Angel, get up here. Jump! If you don't jump, it's not my problem. You just sit there. The Fade, frozen moments. Craved the power conquering the Fade could bring. I wanted to chart its path, and when I failed, I attempted to secure them. In my arrogance, I struggled against the Fade's very nature. How does one pin down a dream? How can one control a thought so that it might travel always the same course from conception to completion? Only when I let go of my desires and humbled myself was the fate open to me. The spirits came and took it upon themselves to be my guides, my lanterns in the darkness. At their command, the paths grew still, and I could walk them again and again. I was shown vast oceans containing not water but memories drawn from the minds of dreamers. I drifted through frozen moments like paintings, perfect in each detail. As I explored the impossible realm, the spirits kept darker things at bay. I came to trust them and even love them, and I saw my own love reflected in them. To know the Fade, one cannot seek to master it. The Fade is the master, the teacher. We are merely apprentices. Writings of Magister Callistus. That they touched. Flee from the warriors to the spirits. The wolves were our allies. In the old days, before Andraste, before the Maker, we knew this to be so. But man grew tired of the chase, the hunt, the truth, fang and steel and blood. Man put seeds in the ground, tended cattle and chickens, and built fences to keep the wolves away. Man bred hounds that would heel and sit and obey, and told himself that the hounds were just as good. Now the Darkspawn come again. They break our way. Darkspawn come again. Okay, the first sentence says, before the Maker. Now the Darkspawn come again? Huh? So yeah, Darkspawn were around before the Maker and before they broke into the Golden Block City of the Maker, as they claim. So yeah, the Blight Darkspawn were around right there. Ain't that nice? I never even know that before. Noticed that. I always read this about wolves. But it's like, okay, the Darkspawn are coming again. They break our fences, kill our cattle's chicken, burn our crops, our dogs. Our dogs cower with their tails between their legs, or if they fight, they fall to the poisonous Darkspawn blood. We are dying, and I am ashamed of my cowardice. The ways of man and hound are not enough. I come to you, spirits of the old forest, I who built fences, I who came with fire and steel to drive you away. I come to you because fear has made my arms weak. I ask you for your unforgiving rage. I ask you for your unforgiving rage to make them strong again. What? Kill the hound in my heart and grow strong from the meat. In its place, give me the wolf. So he's asking to be full of rage. To make him strong again. Words caught in bloody ripples of ancient water or the fade somehow remembered.
We should look around.
These mouth things with that thing sticking out that always makes me think not so great thoughts. Fears of the dreamers. I came to the Temple of Sacred Ashes at the Conclave. I prayed for the Maker for peace, but the mountain shook and fell and buried me. I cried in fear of a world with no Maker, fading in and out of dreams of monsters inside the black, like my final hours. Let me go to the Maker without the terrors of darkness confounding me. And nobody is cursed. Funny color thing. that sideways. Why does everybody comment about the table?
That's not normal, is it?
No. Neither is anything else here. What's the big deal about the table specifically? I don't know what the point is about commenting on it. Skull on a plate.
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia. Most holy.
Cassandra.
Cassandra, you knew the Divine. Is this really her?
I don't know. It is said the souls of the dead pass through the Fade and sometimes linger, but we know the spirits lie. Be wary, Inquisitor.
I fear the Divine is indeed dead. It is likely we face a spirit, or a demon.
You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Really? How hard is it to answer one question? I'm a human, and you are?
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
The real Divine would have no way of knowing that I'd been made Inquisitor.
I know, because I have examined memories like yours, stolen by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
But the Darkspawn were already there.
The big demon Eramond was trying to bring through.
Yes.
It's nearby.
Yes.
Well, shit.
When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
My memories are demon spirits.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
What's going on here?
What is that? There's always that arched. Obviously, I'm looking at this arched rock formation. But it has the glowing in the middle of it. Like, that's the memory of the breach, I suppose. Never noticed that before. Never looked up from here, huh? And see all these house-like things with little windows in them. Taken 10,000 pictures in the Fade.
Run while you can! Warn them! Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me!
What's going on here?
Red.
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
I never thought Andraste did this. I did this myself, through my actions. No maker required.
And now you may be certain. You cannot escape the lair of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself,
Doesn't still give us
but now
speech
it knows
about
you are here. You must make
But
haste.
the acre, but
I will
the
prepare the
maker
way
may have
ahead.
caused it, or either was an accident. The maker still
Something
could have
troubles
caused
you,
it.
Hawk.
I wondered if you might be concerned about the Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Dude,
Oh, I intend
Hawk
to.
looks so good because I didn't change her skin tone at all. because that is the
Could that truly
Yennefer
have been the
mod.
most holy?
We have survived in the Fade physically. Perhaps she did as well. Or,
From The Witcher.
if it is a spirit
That's
that
her
identifies
exact
so strongly with Justinia that it believes it is her, how can we say it is not?
No demon would have been so helpful without asking something in return.
I'm less concerned with her than I am with the nightmare she mentioned.
It is a fear demon, as I suspected, likely drawing on terrors related to the Blight. Fear is a very old, very strong feeling. It predates love, pride, compassion, every emotion, save perhaps desire. Be wary. The nightmare will do anything in its power to weaken our resolve.
After what it did to my fellow wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Where do I? I'm just still standing here, or I have to talk to her before I get up. Okay, where is my? Hello? Must be a supply cache back here, or not? Not that I need one. Like, where do I talk to her? To ask her all the questions. Alright. Leather written in a shaky hand. Son, by the time you read this, darkspawn poison will have claimed to me. We gave all at Starkhaven. We brought the time for the warden to slay the archdemon, but when I smelled corruption in my wound, I know I would not live to see it again. Battlefield is soaked in poison. No speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams that battlefield now will die. Stall him however you must, and watch for the crows. The birds have the good sense to fear the blight.
We have a visitor. Some foolish little boy comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from his shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
Whoops. No, no, that's not what I wanted. No. It has some fade power bubbling out of it. Using the magic or something. Using some kind of power. Delirium. And there's another Corbin. Memory wall. There we go. Cause of Dumont. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, just like a great statue. And great spikes jut from its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claws of Dumont, and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it, as was expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He has been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret I have heard them discussing the ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Caripius, for it was the name he would now take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Caripius, told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, And why did the elf think that returning to the old gods was a good thing to do? In order to carry out the will of Dumont, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Yeah, he sacrificed a whole bunch of elves because they were tied to the Fade. And have so much magic in their blood. Previous told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. This is a hall where the claws of Dumont is now kept. There are shackles across a great altar and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I have sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. I tried to save us. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer where he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It is almost midnight. The claw of Dumont, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others, but my family is safe. Orpheus will take me, but not those I love. Words somehow preserved in blood at the statue's base.
What are those things?
And you can get a mod to make the spiders visible like Katie did on her stream. Kind of funny.
Interesting.
What specifically is interesting, Solas? The Twitter claws. Dumont thing, and there's a whole bunch of them. Or that priest or Androste or whoever that is. Whoever that person is. seen the Fade, and they are not exactly to scale, I guess. Expert. They think they own us. They think they decide whether we live or die. They sit there smug in their armor, ready to cut off our heads for the slightest transgression. But so we don't strive every day to stay sane, to keep the demons away. They can't control us any longer. I won't go back to the circle. Not ever. I thought about it last night. Being back in the tower, their eyes on me. And all of it came back. All the years. Head down. Don't clench your fingers. Be a good mage. Be a quiet mage. And I realized I don't want to make peace with the Templars. I want them to burn. I want it so badly that the bed caught fire. I want to go out until Evan iced it all over. It's still there inside me. I want them to feel the fear they made me feel. I want them to know what it's like. We're leaving for the Conclave in a few hours. If those bastards so much as blink wrong way, I'll show them what an apostate looks like.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Greetings, Dorian. It is Dorian, isn't it? For a moment I mistook you for your father.
Rather uncalled for.
Your Inquisitor is a fraud, Cassandra. Yet more evidence there is no Maker, that all your faith has been for naught.
Die in the void, demon.
Aren't you supposed to be talking to Solas now? These things here are surrounded by a barrier of fate. Somebody
Döth ma Herelan, ma banal inasalin, mar Solas ina mardin.
Bonal Nadas.
it.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Anders is going to die, just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Well, that's going to grow tiresome quickly.
Those were little fiends. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
And, of course, they look like giant spiders.
Spiders? I see maggots crawling in filth.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Well, that's reassuring.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger.
Yeah, I need to talk to her first.
There is not much time, Inquisitor.
Yes, well, you actually have a bunch of questions.
What can you tell me about this mark on my hand?
You already know how the mark came to be upon your hand. As for what it is the needle that pulls the thread, as well as the key.
I don't understand.
It is the needle that passes through the veil, as little else can. You are the thread, and it is the key that locks or unlocks a door to the Fade. It lets you walk in the Fade physically, and survive. Without it, Corypheus must find another way to the Black City. It is part of you now, and cannot be removed without your death.
So all of this is just a dream? Part of the Fade?
It is not just a dream. The minds of mankind are made real here. Their hopes, their loves, and their fears. What changes their world also changes this one. And yours are footsteps that move mountains in both. Tread carefully, Inquisitor. This ground is more treacherous than you know.
So can you tell me what you are?
I told you. I am helping you.
Yes, but are you her, or some kind of Fade remnant of her, or a spirit imitating her?
Our world is never that simple. What if the answer is none of those things? Or all of them? I am what the Maker made me. The question is, are you what the Maker made you, Inquisitor?
Seems like I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Or perhaps you were precisely where you were meant to be.
Just as the Maker intended, I suppose.
Perhaps.
You still haven't answered my question. What are you?
I am what you see. All other answers rest in you.
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer lies in your memories, lost to the nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Would you trust my words? Trust what you have seen.
Tell me why you're here. Why take part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help. And then you came.
I don't know what that means.
Corypheus and the Nightmare do an injustice to the world. You must stop them. Perhaps you were meant to stop them. Perhaps that is why I am here.
I'd like to know more about the nightmare.
It is not simply fear. It is the terror you cannot remember, the horror your mind erases to protect you. When old memories no longer make the veteran soldier's hand tremble, it is because the nightmare has taken them. Most people avoid their fears. It is simple for the demon to steal the darkest fragments. They forget, and it feeds. Corypheus has helped it grow monstrous.
It makes people forget the worst parts of their fears. It almost sounds like the nightmare is helping people.
Perhaps it was once. But now, it helps none but Corypheus. By his hand, it creates more fear and grows even stronger. In any case, robbing people of their fears is never a kindness. At best, it is a mistake born of compassion. Without fear and pain and failure, we cannot learn. We cannot grow, as you cannot grow until you recover all that was taken from you.
We should keep moving.
Ask if I glow. I glow. Look, it's a Stahl statue.
Go!
When I'm always a girl doing this, I never know if the screams and that go are mine or Divines. I guess there's the Divines. The door is open. Mother said to run. She said the Darkspawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The door is open. I closed it when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back no matter what. Lamps are lit up all over the village even during the day to see through the smoke. Mother should be here by now, but the door is open. I'm going to look outside. Going to look inside. Huh?
Keep running! That's how I escaped.
The demon!
Keep running!
Ah! Go!
It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then she died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit.
You don't say.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
Ain't no time to move around and interrupt my keyboard.
Are you her? Did you linger here to help me instead of passing on?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Assuming that the Wardens and their demon army didn't destroy the Inquisition while we were gone.
How dare you judge us? You killed almost every mage in Kirkwall.
Yes, because too many of them were practicing blood magic, just like your Wardens. But you'd ignore that, because you can't imagine a world without the Wardens, even if that's what we need.
Agreed. The Wardens may once have served a greater good, but they are far too dangerous now.
The Wardens are a risk. Send them away before they cause even more trouble.
They might still be useful. What if Corypheus conjures another blight? You never know.
This debate can wait until we're out of danger.
Inquisitor.
Could I still get the Maker stop you?
The nightmare has found us.
I was just reading the...
Form up!
I'm with you.
This, and it said... way too many negative Maker Chantry replies to even get that response.
Come, real or not, the Divine is the key to escaping from the Fade.
What do you mean real or not? All spirits are real. That was kind of out of... Isn't that out of character for you, Solas? Or you just... So there's a divine, it's actually the divine, basically. But she's still real.
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction. When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we will end this wretched beast.
I didn't even have a current spider quest. Look at that. Oh, definitely. Look at that city way up there. Oh. No, what are you? How to get help in Windows? No. Here, we have waited, we have slept, we are sundered, we are crippled, we are polluted, we endure, we wait. We have found the dreams again, we will awaken. Yeah, they are polluted, for one thing. Crippled, polluted, sundered. Either the Evanuris or the Titans. Don't look at your little head. You're cute.
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
Best dialogue in the game. understand which actual thing is supposed to be the blacksmith. And this up here, what I was staring at, is a very tall city, which, I mean, I guess it could be to enter. Showing everything is to enter the statues. That's top.
Faster, vast, but that's a big one. It wants our fear. Deny it and it has nothing.
For the Maker!
Temple of Demont. Look upon the temple, God of violence, who speaks to the faithful in dreams. Words toward desire may sway his will. No cry of valor may stand against him, for his silence conquers all, and his secrets are shared only with the worthy. Look upon the temple of Demont and fear him. Two heart pride staffs, but I sold, and I had to redo, and I redid my skills. Had to go to the Black Emporium and all the mods, and those only have 60 inventories, and therefore sell practically everything I had, but they're all free items, so I had to sell them and then go back and buy more. And one more rock floating there. Nice swirling land down there. sparkly stuff. And when you get out on that water in the distance is the Black City. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Supposed to have amulet power from the beginning. Shame on you, Mir. Stuff floating off over there. So then it's like game 1. Oddly shaped thing. It's part of the Black City. Green worms. They're supposed to be those things that are deep stalker things. This was not a place of honor. Here came beasts from the north, killing a poison, carrying the blight. They killed many warriors and sickened the land, and even their blood could kill. We feared them, and it was right. We were strong, but still they came to feed upon our screams. These stones hold the screams of the Alamari, wherever the spawn darkness had come, and stones were raised. So the beasts might take their bounty of fear and depart. If they did not, every man would put his screams into the stone until there were none left inside him. Then he would light the fire and burn the screams away, and take up a sword and shield and fight until death came. When all the men were dead, the women did the same. Whether it was a tradition of the tribe or not, then the children, even if all they held were fire pit sticks, remember our warning. Give the stone your screams, burn them so they cannot master you, and fight. Runes etched near the base of the screaming statue. I do not understand that at all. Give the stone your fears. Calamari or Avar, are they part of the same tribe? They're all over the place. Get done with this in 2 hours if I didn't stand around and stare at everything. I decided I had to cut the video anyway because it's just easier. And that piece of floating thing is what's supposedly the Black City. These floating pieces. Lights coming from is the thing. Are you sure there's still not golden in there? So let's turn around.
It's hard to trust my footing in this place.
Treasure City. He was trying to get into the position to stare at his city. Three parts. Three. Spires. Blackened crystal spires winding through the clouds.
Look!
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
We're almost there.
We're not there yet. Stay alert.
rift open to try to let it out. Get so close to it to take pictures. Still not reacting to me, huh? Okay, is this a problem? It's not reacting to me, seriously. Looks like a pyramid over there. Pyramid. Rock like an Egyptian. I can't see it anymore. Got bogged up. Pyramid.
If you would, please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I failed you too.
Wait, how fast can you die?
You are nothing! You cannot stand against me. You will die in agony.
And let's see, Hawkins Crowd always gets stunned. What the hell for? I don't know. They always are. Oh, it's dead?
We need to clear a path!
Go! I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A Warden must...
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
Stroud.
Inquisitor, it has been an honor.
Stroud will likely die to cover your...
For the Warden!
Doesn't mean we have to... Why he had the dark sponge shield. I swear he didn't have it. He couldn't possibly have had that other times. It has to be some mod caused it. I don't know what mod I would have installed that said switch shield, regular, small, ugly shield into dark spawn shield, though. It's just some small round shield. Which is stupid because they're all senior, higher ranking members and they get these little crap.
was right. Without the nightmare to control them, the mages are free and Corypheus loses his demon army. Though as far as they're all concerned, the Inquisitor broke the spell with the blessing of the Maker.
They came out of this alive. As far as I'm concerned, they can tell whatever stories they like.
That's how legends get started. Or at least that's what Varric always says.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clorel's tragic mistake. Where is Stroud?
Let's see, should I say idiocy? Oh, no, he died a hero. Well, no, it was their idiocy. Okay, whatever. I always take the hero option, but I'm just wondering. You died for your idiocy.
Warden Stroud is dead, thanks to all of you. He alone stood against Clorel's madness. If not for him, you'd be dead, or slaves to a servant of the Blight. And you repaid that by branding him a traitor.
Inquisitor, we have no one left of any significant rank. What do we do now?
Oh, Blackwell is just suddenly in the background.
You leave. There was one warden among you who spoke up for what was right, and he's dead now. By the authority of the Inquisition, you are banished from Southern Thedas.
A bit dramatic, if you ask me.
Hawk will oversee your return to the Warden Fortress at Weishaupt.
Yes, your worship.
Your worship, I would stay, if you allow it, and continue our fight.
Of course. I have never doubted your loyalty, Blackwall.
So far.
Good luck with your Inquisition. Try not to start an exalted march on anything. And take care of Varric for me.
Try not to start an exalted march. I always forget some of these things. Really good line. She's on the sarcastic hawk, but some of them are kind of mean.
Hawk sent me one final report. She's on her way to Weishaupt. The Grey Wardens are gone as well. Adamant Fortress has been sealed. You dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
The Grey Wardens are active in other nations. If we put out a discreet warning about the danger they pose...
We may improve our standing with nations already concerned about the Wardens. I will take the matter to Josephine. You took an army from Corypheus, but that will matter little if Orlais falls into chaos. All arrangements have been made for the ball in Halam Shiral. Let us know when you are ready to proceed.
Button. Hello. Enter. Hello. Did it just die? I think the game just died because that... Oh, shoot. Oh, there we go. No, it was the controller.
Remind me what we know about the plot against Selene.
The Venatori are planning some kind of attack on the Imperial Court. Corypheus may even be fueling the conflict between the Empress and her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard. If we warn Selene, she may prove a most valuable ally against Corypheus.
I'll go as soon as I am able.
Good. Cullen, Josephine and I will discuss the best way to gain an audience with the Empress. Speak with us when you are ready. What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She seemed calm. Serene, even. And she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry. I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
Okay. Well, and now my controller's not moving. Okay. Yes. Do you talk now?
A request has been made of you,
Yes.
Inquisitor.
How many crusts does
Here
she
it is.
actually make?
Yes.
I know she makes a request every time you walk by her. I don't know how many she actually ends up making. Never pushed it before. Okay.
Always a sight for sore eyes.
Oh. Need to do something else before we have a... Lighting is so bad.
I need to talk to you.
Oh. I am, as you say down south, all ears.
About the future? No.
I was hoping to steal a moment alone with you.
You have but to ask. Amatus. Lead the way.
Was it Amatus, but at the... In Trespasser, when him and Bull are talking, it's Amatus.
Venon.
Is he gonna bounce up and down again? Non.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
You've taken his army. He lacks the conventional forces to take Orlais. He must see Orlais destroyed utterly by whatever means possible, not merely thrown into chaos.
We'll talk later.
Dareth Shira.
Now this is a hall worthy of the Inquisition.
After I change it from whatever is here, that's not.
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He saved Hawke's little sister from the Blight. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
Some of us heroes will make it. We're just too amazing to die.
Well, if we're both still standing at the end of all this, I'll buy the drinks. Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where she's going. I should let Bethany know what's going on. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Weird stuff because you can't choose anything else. Either Canary or Frostback base and stuff. Until oh great, you know, it's actually been 2 hours on it. One video. Thing is, if I'm not streaming though, I can upload a video basically, or at least I don't know how big exactly, but it can be over 2 hours, and as soon as it's on YouTube it does show 2.5 hours or whatever, instead of if you're streaming and you go over 2 hours, it just stops at the 2 marker up until it takes some amount of hours to process it.
Smash, pick your match.
Yeah, let her talk about going into the Fade.
You were there. I have to know what it was like. The colors, the smells, the magic. I'm sorry, it's just so exciting. You went into the Fade. If you have time, Inquisitor, do tell.
You seemed excited that I fell into the Fade at Adamant.
Excited? Spring gets me excited. This is a wonder. It's probably hard to relate, but dwarves don't dream. So I can't even guess what it's like. I can't even understand what dreams are. But you were there. And came back. Can I take a sample?
A sample?
Oh, that sounded sinister. I meant, can I cut a little piece off of you and do things to it? That didn't sound better, did it?
You'll have a full report of everything I saw. Will that do?
It's a start. I'm sorry, it's just... this is exciting. It all is. Your people cleaned you up after your fall. I wonder if anything is left. So much to think about.
Your people cleaned you up. I mean, I can't clean myself. Okay, well, this video should be over anyway. Thank you for joining me. I guess as far as recording goes, I'm probably just gonna be recording and spending hours upon hours uploading because I can't seem to get anything else to work right now, so that's how it's gonna be. Anyway, thank you for watching this if you do, and have a good day, night, whatever. Thank you.